to you. Chris?
Coach, can you just talk about Andrew Gentry and Raheem Anderson? Can you just talk about their progress and how those guys in the backups and the offensive line are doing?
Yeah, really good. I mean, especially when Raheem got in there, he played extremely well. So did Andrew Gentry. Andrew was really good on field goal protection as well, but I thought there was some great snaps for them. Along with Jeff Percy. Jeff had a really good game. A lot to build on, a lot to build from. So Gio as well. I mean, he just plays with such passion and energy when he's out there. It's contagious. So I mean, they're definitely coming right along to being really good players.
On the right, Andrew?
The second half play, the last 4 games, I know you spoke about adjustments last week, but is there anything else, I don't know, conditioning or anything that you can speak to that would explain why you guys have been so good in the second half?
Yeah, I would. I mean, the numbers are really good, right? Incredible. The thing I would point to more than adjustments or anything is just how hard our guys are playing. It just screams at you on the tape when I watch it, especially on the defense, but the offense too, and the way we play on special teams. But it is so noticeable just how hard guys are playing, and and it's 60 minutes of that kind of effort that it's as the game goes on. To your point, I mean, conditioning sure factors in, but it's consistently at a high level. I mean, the hustle is there. It's constant hustle. It's hustle at all times. It's guys playing really hard.
Go to the front left, Ryan?
What has Colston Loveland proven or shown to the coaching staff to kind of warrant more playing time recently?
Consistently good play. He doesn't. He's another guy that just doesn't get flustered. Knows what he's doing. Physically mature guy, very talented. He's got a great attitude. I mean, all the good things. But his talent and his effort have definitely warranted more playing time.
Back left, John?
Luke Schoonmaker is your second leading receiver. Surprises a few people, at least outside this building. Your thoughts on the season he's put together?
Yeah, he's put together a really good season. From early on, he was well trained, well prepared for it, and just playing really good, really tough, really plays hard, does everything that the team asks him to do, blocks, runs good routes, catches the ball, makes the tough catch, made some diving catches. He's doing an outstanding job.
On the front left, Aaron?
Jim, after the game Saturday night, you said that you were fine with scoring by any means necessary in the red zone. I'm wondering if you think from a play calling standpoint, there's more room for creativity along the goal line.
Yeah, the previous game we played where we got down there 4 times and we didn't get the ball in the end zone twice. 2 of those were the results of losing yardage. You get the ball on the 6-yard line, and you run a play. Now it was a pass play. It was the first play we called, and creative play, but we ended up losing 3 yards on it. Then we had run an outside zone play, I believe it was, lost another 3 yards. Yeah, I really wanted to see more of. We got the ball in the 5 or the 6 in this game that we were going We were going straight ahead. You know, 1st and 6 becomes 2nd and 2. 2nd and 2 became 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1 became 4th and 1. 4th and 1, touchdown. I wanted that scenario to play out in this game, and we were fortunate enough to get it in. Now we've done that. All options are open going forward, of course. We have gotten it in on different ways, fly sweep. We've thrown it in, did it in this game, but yeah, all those options are open.
On the left, Brandon.
Will Johnson was a 5-star coming out of high school. I feel like every recruiting class has one guy that every fan kind of knows, and that's kind of who Will was in the 2022 class. So as a freshman, not shocking to see him contribute, but the amount that he's playing and how well he's playing, just curious in your thoughts on what he's done behind closed doors to get to this point.
Yeah, I talked about it a few weeks or maybe months ago, I think, just how well he was covering guys in practice. Just a real talent to cover in man-to-man situations, to break on the ball in the zone, to see the ball in zone, to have the really good ball skills to really track the ball well, and like probably all players, most players. I mean, you see it in practice first. I know I mentioned that, and then you see it in the game, and so it wasn't a surprise, but really happy for the way he's playing. The physical part of the game has been great. In games, to see some of the tackles, he's had a big tackle. Seems about every game he's been in there. So he's just doing a fabulous job, and keep it going. And he's a great player. Like a lot of the young players, the longer it takes them to figure that out, the better off they'll be. Just keep working and playing. Things are going to work out really good for Will.
Isaiah.
You said after the game that you wanted to see, go back to the tape to see exactly how good Jeff Percy was in the game. Have you gotten a chance to review it, and what did you see if you have, and where can he go, considering we haven't really seen him aside from backup and then this past game?
Yeah, I thought it was all really good. With Jeff, I mean, his strike was good. I mean, he's going to continue to get stronger. As I said, the strike was good. I mean, just maintaining, sustaining. When you strike, I mean, the defender is trying to strike. He's trying to control the block, and then the defender's trying to separate from the blocker to get to the ball, and that's where Jeff next improvement is being able to stay with it, stay with that block, not let that defender separate and go make the tackle, and that'll be a very good next step for Jeff, because he's really good. He's covering up the guy he's blocking, and the strike is really good. And then the next piece will be the sustain on the block.
On the left, Tony.
Yeah, Jim, obviously only one ball to go around, and of course you have Corum, but when you see Donovan Edwards and how explosive he's been, how tempting is it to continue to try to find ways to devise different ways to, whether it's flexing out wide and getting the ball, and just what have you seen from him in that regard?
Yeah, same thing we've all seen. Really good, tremendous playmaker, and every option is open. When Donovan's in the game, whether handing the ball off to him, he's a very good blocker, runs really good routes, catches the ball really well, really good after the catch, and always. I think a defense is always going to have to be mind that anything's available when he's out there.
Brian.
How much more, maybe at this point in the season, do you find yourself paying attention to what other top teams in the country are doing, given that stakes seem to be getting higher every week?
Yeah, maybe some. Mostly on what we're doing.
time for about 3 more. We'll start with Chris on the left.
Coach, your player said last week you had an epiphany midweek about the tunnel incident moving forward from Michigan State, but the Big Ten's been quiet, and the investigators, have you heard anything or been in contact with anybody about how that's going?
No, I was told that we'd probably hear something this week.
On the right, Angelique.
Jim, I think it was on your radio show last Monday, you said that Blake Corum's already emerging as a Heisman finalist. I think we know what he means to the team, but in your words, what has he meant for this team, this offense, this season?
I mean, he's definitely having an MVP, season for us here at Michigan. Be hard to imagine that he wouldn't be the way he's going, win the Heisman Trophy, leading in touchdowns, leading in points scored, consistently really good every game. There's been quite a few backs who've won the Heisman Trophy, and I would bet my truck that Blake Corum is on pace or ahead of many of those running backs that have won the Heisman Trophy. I know had a great running back at Stanford, Toby Gerhart, who finished second. Blake has meant even more to this 2022 team than Toby did, that season. So there I go, making a comparison, which I should never do. But that one, two great players. It's like trying to compare. I always try to stay away from that, but yeah, Blake's he's except for some of the pro backs, definitely probably the only exception would be Frank Gore, that I was able to coach. Blake is the best running back I've coached. We've been on the team with, so he means that much. He's having that kind of a season.
Best running back you've coached in college, you meant?
Yeah.
You want Frank.
Yeah. Well, maybe just best back overall, Frank Gore. But Blake's got some years. He's still young, but he definitely has the license and ability in my mind to be, every bit as good as Frank Gore.
To touch on that, what would separate Frank and Blake when it comes to the film room?
The film room?
Yep.
Well, they're both students of the game, and they're both at the highest level with that. You can't get anything by Blake Corum. I mean, he is so focused at all time. He's like a chess player that can, think several moves ahead. Whether it's protections, whether it's blocking schemes, he knows what our blocking schemes is. He knows what the defense is. He knows what the blitzes are. Not only who he has, but who others have. Very similar to Frank Gore in that regard. Two outstanding students of the game and know the game, and also have a tremendous feel for the game. There's no doubt that Blake will be, in my opinion, right on that same dance floor as Frank Gore in every way as a player.
Last question, Chris.
How unique is it to have a guy like Donovan who is so good as a running back but also as a receiver, and how many guys have you seen like that over your career?
And I think Donovan's still growing and still refining his game. I don't know how much his game where to go to, but it's already at a really high level right now. I mean, guys with his skill set are also there's not many on the planet like it. So, and he's a great leader. He's a great energy for our team. It's tremendous to have both Blake Corum and Donovan Edwards in the same backfield. lucky, lucky.